Hi, hello, and happy Tuesday, or whatever evening it is when you are choosing to join in on our stream. We have an amazing duo, a dynamic duo up for you tonight. And can I just say that we have had improvisers be here for their shows through bad weather and be here for their shows through maybe like they've got a little bit of a cold. But I bet you would never expect to have an improviser be here for their show with a broken ankle. But you know what? When you're a trooper, you show up for the show and you do it. Let's put our hands together and bring to the virtual stage Tabula Rasa.
Woo. Hello, everybody. Over there is the broken ankle person named Taj.
And this is the sound ankle person named Bela.
Yes. And through the magic of English being able to kind of make letter combinations do whatever you want, when we put Taj and Bela together, we came up with Tabula Rasa. And so we're going to do some improv today for you. Millie, can we get a single one-word suggestion, please, to get us started?
Absolutely. I'm going to pick a card from our deck.
Ooh.
And we got, infuriated.
Infuriated, thank you.
Infuriated. Ooh.
I cannot even believe that you had the audacity to show up.
I have been angry for 22 and a half years.
You come to the infuriation meeting and you have that kind of attitude? Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
I finally fit in. It's been so hard to fit in anywhere else. My anger was always inappropriate, but here I feel like I could finally belong. Oh!
I'm really pissed at you.
Oh, are you? Are you? Tell me more. Tell me more.
You have hair growing out of your head and a pair of eyebrows.
Oh, well, you, my not friend. Yes, I said not friend. You have a face that I don't like.
Now, there's no need to get personal about it. I just said facts about you. I didn't add any kind of emotion. I'm not even going to call you a frenemy anymore.
Oh no, I use judgment and just not mere facts. Did I violate the charter of the club?
I think we could add a little coda to the charter of the club that bans you for life. I'm the president.
Oh, this just gives me a reason to be angry for another 22.5 years.
Good. Ah! Yes.
And so the last club that we had here, it didn't end well, and so we're looking to rent out the space. Hopefully, you won't mind the various blood stains. There was a lot of violence here, but no ghost that we know of. Just normal human violence.
Well, it's actually perfect for us because we are the forensics club, and we like to try and imagine what types of crimes happened in a certain space.
When you sent me an email, I thought, this just seems to be perfect. I mean, we've got blood splatters everywhere. Did you bring your that little light thingy that shows like DNA?
Yes, we do have the light, but I do have an important interrogative for you. A question.
Thank you for telling me. I wouldn't have known what an interrogative was. That's very forensic-y of you.
Would it be possible at all to bring in some people from the previous club occasionally so that we have new, novel blood spatter to investigate?
Oh, you mean survivors of the previous club?
Well, the non-survivors would not be very helpful in this instance.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the non-survivors are dead. It seems like you might find them useful, but no, if you need actual survivors, well, I have to say, unfortunately, we no longer have a rental agreement with them, so I don't know if we could get them in unless I don't know, unless you gave them some type of motivation.
Well, what type of motivation did they have? I mean, if I sent them a mean kind of nasty letter, like if I said, roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, but you're not, would that be bad? Would that be good to get them back?
Honestly, that was almost nice. I mean, you said mean, but I just heard the first parts and I almost thought it was romantic and I'm sorry, I'm not the right person to ask, but yeah, you might need to heighten the meanness to attract them to you, but you're on a good first step. Frankly, I think I can just give you the rental agreement right now.
No, but I need to, I am mild-mannered, but I'm not going to just be snowed into a rental agreement until I know that we have what we need, which is fresh blood, literally.
Well, look, I didn't want to say this, but we do have a vampire on the property. He's working as a cleaning person, and I'm sure if anyone can find blood, it's going to be him. So I think we can work with this.
As long as he's a messy eater.
I think he cleans messes, but I'm sure if he knows messes, I'm sure he can mess up his food habits.
Yeah, spatter, a little spatter here.
Little splatter, fresh splatter is what you need. I get it. You want fresh.
Yeah.
You don't want non-fresh. I get it. Everybody wants organic and fresh these days.
Yeah. Thank you. Why, your melons are very fresh.
Yes. This melon right here, well, we constantly get questions about it because it seems to be growing at height. Most melons, of course, come off the ground, but this one, well, it grew up and up and up like a Jack and the Beanstalk situation, and here it is, right at face level.
It made a pass at me when you weren't looking. It's very fresh.
Oh, I hope that was a very funny pun because we've heard reports, very disturbing reports that that our melons were getting handsy.
It happened.
It did happen.
I can assert that it did occur.
Pardon me, just a quick aside. You bad melon, bad melon, bad melon. Don't bad melon.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, I'm from the Spinster Club, and we don't really get very many passes at us at this day and age, time of the life.
No. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I've just, as a relatively creepy individual, usually when I even come anywhere close to anyone, they're usually terrified and horrified. So I'm not familiar with people actually having passes in a positive sense.
Would you be willing to make passes at anyone in our little club? See all the choices you have? Any of these ladies would be happy for you to get handsy.
So many mixed feelings happening right now. So many mixed feelings. I could take the watermelon, and the watermelon and frankly, I need the watermelon for confidence, could come and just hang out with all you spinsters.
Creepiness, it's kind of attractive.
Oh, I'm so going to score. And the soccer match ended 0-0. 90 minutes followed by an overtime period with absolutely no scoring to speak of. There was no announcer yelling goal because there were no goals.
I appreciate that you and your cohort did such a good job of filling in all that empty space with musings, pejorative statements, interrogatives, all types of parts of speech that made little sense, but did fill the space.
Very, very little sense. Look, when I signed up to be a broadcaster, I expected there to be action that I would be commenting on, and an entire soccer game with absolutely nothing happening. I mean, literally at the end, the players were just lying on the ground from exhaustion. I had nothing to talk about. I might have mentioned relatives that don't even exist. I don't know what was going on there at the end. I'm exhausted. I can't do this again.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you that I have locked you in the studio, you and myself, and this is the beginning of what we call a post-game filibuster.
I've heard of these, but I thought they only happened in races where there were rain delays and the cars couldn't still go.
I think actually filibuster is usually in some kind of political scene like Congress, where somebody's trying to keep someone from voting for something or other. But in this case, we are trying to keep the station from being hostilely overtaken by some people with a bunch of money.
Well, that seems strange that I would have been chosen for that role. Am I the one? Am I the one that they spoke of? The one that would save the station by sheer boring rhetorical force?
Well, with the amazing Technicolor performance you just did in that non-starter of a game, we decided, since you were still sitting in the chair, and we can't let that chair go empty for a moment because somebody's going to put their bottom in it and then we will lose control. This was the moment to seize the moment.
Look, you've told me that you locked the doors. I've just kind of noticed that there are handcuffs on my hands. I am going to need to use the bathroom at some point.
It's very observant of you that you just noticed the handcuffs.
I'm sharp. I'm so sharp. Little less sharp after a long soccer game, but I'm sharp enough to realize when my hands are cuffed.
Well, then maybe pretty soon you'll notice the duct tape holding your wrists onto the chair.
Oh, yes. Oh, also the chains around my ankles.
And the crazy glue holding your buttocks to the chair.
Look, I'm getting the sense I'm not leaving, so I guess I'm just going to have to keep talking and talking and talking and talking.
And talking and talking.
And talking and talking and talking.
Talking and talking and talking and yes. Talking about a revolution again, aren't you?
I've had one job, and it's been enough. It's broken me. I can't take capitalism, Mother. I can't. Rather than try to get a second job, it'd be easier to just organize every single person in this country and start a revolution.
Delivering newspapers has had that heavy of a toll on you?
It broke me. The first day my bicycle chain broke.
And then I drove you around. Yes. You didn't have to lift a finger. I even threw the papers for you.
But my bicycle. And the second day, once my bicycle had been fixed, I went out and a dog not only chased me, but it got me and bit me. And well, actually it was kind of like a love bite. It slobbered on me and then I played with it for a little bit. It was kind of fun. But
yeah, that is your dog, you know. You should give more attention to it once in a while.
Mom, you're the one who always takes care of the dog. Okay, day three. All right, day 3, that was it. That was the day that they gave me my paycheck.
Yes, piddling as it might be. And how did you feel when you got your first actual money that you did some of the work for?
Well, I felt great. until I saw that the number that I was being paid was subtracted in such a way that all the taxes meant I made basically nothing.
I noticed the actual final amount. It was 3 digits, and they're all the same number. 6.
.66. I made $6.66. Apparently, this is one of those jobs where they can pay you very little because they expect you to get tips.
Are you not seeing the greater significance of that number, my son?
Well, 666, I mean, just 3 random numbers. I don't know.
I've told you a little bit about your father. I think it's time that we sit down and have a real conversation about what you're meant for. And it's more than just a revolution.
Can I do the revolution first before I become the Antichrist?
All right, dear, but don't expect me to do all the work this time.
Aw, Mom. Yes, the precise way to get the worms to make silk is to massage the silk thread. They feel it on their backside, you know. They're very sensitive. Their backsides have hundreds of nerve cells, and right now every little sympathy that you're playing, every concerto, it's going right to the silkworms and stimulating them. Soon they'll either produce more silk or they'll consider you their mother, one or the other. Can't really say which. But if all of a sudden you're inundated with, well, the silkworms, well, you'll have a new family. Otherwise, we'll have a lot of silk that we can use to make garments in factories across the world. Yes. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I couldn't hear it, of course, but just visually, it was beautiful. And look, I want you to know that if the silkworms do take you, I'll make sure that your daughter also becomes a silkworm artist such as yourself. Bravo. Bravo.
I would like you to silkscreen this slogan onto every t-shirt in the factory. Here's the slogan.
All right, lady. This slogan's got a lot of words on it.
Yes, it is rather verbose for a t-shirt.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and read it off to make sure it's absolutely correct, or do you want me to go ahead and read it off? I mean, I'm cool either way.
You read the first word and I'll read the second word, and we can go like that.
That's a good way to make sure that it's correct. Yes. Of course, the
main
reason
that
people
energize.
Wait, you looked off to the side there. Do you have another shirt or something? What happened there?
You caught me. I was trying to stick a word in that isn't really on the shirt.
Yeah, you don't get to put extra words in there. You don't get to put extra.
The main reason that people live.
The main reason people live is
that
life
is
good. It almost sounds kind of self-explanatory.
I think that t-shirt slogans really shouldn't strive for much more than that.
As somebody who works in a t-shirt shop and has done so many different t-shirts and just constantly putting messages on shirts, I believe in simple messages that I can understand. Way to go, man.
Thank you.
And so, did you find nirvana through simplicity?
Exactly the opposite. I found simplicity through nirvana.
But you've reached the mountainside, nevertheless. No matter what the path was, whether it was one through the other or the other through the one, we all reach the same place. By the way, there are a lot of people behind you in line, so we're going to have to make sure that the spiritual meeting of the minds doesn't go on too long.
It's interesting that you said I reached the mountainside and not the mountaintop. That is just so. For I went to the mountaintop and found that it was lacking, and I felt the path. The path is what is important here. So I went back down.
Mm-hmm.
Been sort of wandering up and down and around the mountainside ever since, until coming to you. So my question, O Master, is with no striving left, to nowhere to reach for, like the mountaintop, what is the point?
Well, the point, of course, literally is the mountaintop. But as you found, the top of the mountain was quite lonely. The air is thin. And so you came down the mountainside to reach for your humanity, which was contained within all the others that were striving. And then you came here finally to ask that question. And well, from here, there's just a long fall off the mountain, down the cliff.
Oh.
That's death.
And can I hasten your experience of that, oh wise one?
Oh, I have already parachuted down many times. The key is to parachute down, but if the last moment you decide to take the parachute off, you can, of course, choose death.
I see. All right, then I appreciate all that you have done for me. And I'm just going to give you one little shove.
Oh, but I didn't have a parachute. Oh.
The name of the game is Fight or Flight.
I've heard of this game. Isn't this what happens when a very stressful thing happens? And then, so then what you're saying is that a very stressful thing is about to happen.
That is true. At any moment, a very stressful thing will happen, and then we will see what your response is as a contestant.
Oh, then what is this called? The anxiety part of the show?
It is the build-up. You see, everyone sitting at home who's safe and won't have the very stressful thing happen. It's exciting because they don't know at what moment it's going to occur.
Look, I remember watching a show that I believe was hosted by Ellen DeGeneres that was quite like this. Just random stressful things would happen, and she'd cackle, and her co-host would cackle, and the people in the audience would cackle. I'm here for
them. Did you hear that?
Was that it? Was that the stressful thing?
The burp monster. He's here.
Oh, that's... I can handle a burp monster. I can handle a burp monster. I can do this.
I got you. I'm coming for you.
Oh no, that wasn't as pleasant as I thought it would be. No! And that's our show.
Come on back for your bow. Oh my goodness. Thank you again so much. We really appreciate your commitment to improv, both of you. I think that's going to be one of my favorite lines. That wasn't as pleasant as I expected it to be. Highwire really appreciates you guys coming and performing with us. Congratulations, season 11. We're just rolling along here. I hope that everybody has a lovely rest of their evening. Stay hydrated, drink water, be kind to yourself, and all those good things. And we'll see you on